Okay, picture this. You are Roach, and you are styling Zendaya for a red carpet event tonight. Not next week, tonight. What do? First is strategy. He already knows the assignment.
One thing that you girls need to start doing is gatekeeping again.
What's the event? What story are we telling? Old Hollywood, futuristic glam. Every piece that he's gonna pull for her is gonna support that vision.
Like
Next,
major pieces.
He's reaching for something that's gonna make Zendaya. I'm talking about bold, head to toe T-shape shifting silhouettes, sleepwalking dream dresses, just top tier, no notes. And here's the gag. Most stylists like Roach and all the other girlies and guys, they thrift. They thrift their finds for their clients. You ever hear them say like, oh, this is archival Armani Privé. Oh, this is vintage Chanel. Archived, thrift. Let's do it. Welcome to the channel, y'all. I'm Kima, and this is The Collection. So this is the channel where we declutter with style, we restyle and remix old bits, we shop our closets, and when we do shop, we shop sensibly and we still look fly. If you are new here, come on in, look around. Hopefully you like what you see and you will stick around. So today we are talking about how to get better at thrifting like a stylist. Because thrifting like a stylist isn't about finding a lot. It's about finding your purpose. So hear me clearly when I say this. You're not bad at thrifting. You're just thrifting without a plan. So today we're going to outline how to thrift like a stylist, not a scavenger. So this is going to be a complete mindset reset. Because before we even walk into a thrift store, we need to ask ourselves these three things. What is our strategy? What type of statement signature pieces are we looking for? And what is the standard that we're setting for these pieces that we're sourcing? You know, is everybody saying that now? Like, oh, I sourced these pieces from Thrift. I sourced these pieces from Poshmark. I'm like, girl, you bought them. Okay, like you're not like this like vintage high-end dealer, but go off, because yes, we are all trying to find elevated pieces, whether they're basic like blouse, a trouser, a blazer. We want them all to be elevated, so we're sourcing them. We're not just buying them anymore. Because this is The Collection, so we don't shop cheap. We shop value. You know, most of us live in this sort of echo chamber now of social media. They're telling you high quality pieces. Look at what I found at the thrift store. Look at this designer bag I found at the thrift store. So everybody's kind of walking in there hoping to find some good pieces. And then you have all the other reasons, like your particular style, whatever your aesthetic is. So I know that you are going in there with some intentions. We just need to shift our intentions a little bit. So that way we're actually leaving with not only the best quality, high quality pieces, and it's not about necessarily finding designer pieces, but about finding pieces that are really going to substantiate what we already have in our wardrobe, really add to, really complement it in some ways. You're either just looking for price, sometimes you're looking for the actual sales and special discounts they may have. Today's a half off day or 99-cent day, or today's the color of the day, so everything is half off, whatever it is. So that might also intrigue you. Now, again, what is your purpose? Because if you're not a reseller, then you shouldn't be too focused on those particular deals, because you're not trying to yield a profit. Now, again, I'm not saying you shouldn't be trying to get the best deal. Of course, you really should be trying to get the best deal. But that in particular is not your focus, because it really doesn't matter if you spend $10 on something that does not really add value to your wardrobe. Even if it might be Christian Louboutin, it might be something that, you know, might be designer, but if you're not going to sell it and you're not going to use it, then it's just waste and clutter. And then like somebody else could go in and buy it like me, and I'm really going to use it. And then oftentimes we're looking for trends because that guides what we want to wear, right? Even if you're not like a super trendy person and you're not necessarily governed by trends automatically, it becomes part of your consciousness and you see things and you're like, oh, this color's out or this style is in. And if you actually like it or if you're open to it, then that is going to sort of alter your strategy sometimes when you're looking for clothes, or if you see something that you know is trendy. But again, it may not be the best quality fabric. And also, it may not even fit with your life. So like, why even buy it? So what if it's $5? Don't waste your time. I know for me, I could say 10 years ago, and certainly when I was in my 20s, I would buy things because they were cute. It was trendy. It was on sale. It was cheap, all of the things. And then of course, in my 30s, when I really started thrifting, like heavy thrifting, then I would definitely buy things because, oh my goodness, it's $5. Oh my goodness, it's $10 and it's so cute. It's a gown. Who doesn't need a gown like this? But girl, when are you gonna wear this gown? So don't buy things to just take up space in your closet. Okay, so now let's get to the 3 basic principles that we are going to apply every single time we go to a thrift store, because we are now stylists. Okay, we're not shoppers, we're stylists. So the first rule is strategy. What exactly are we looking for? We've spent all year long building capsules for each season. We have a very strict program over here where we're not spending more than $100 every month on high quality, the best constructed fabrics we can find. So that's our strategy. But most importantly, where are we going? And how many times do you think we're going to wear this? So most of the times we're going to work. Okay, let's face it. And every now and then we'll sprinkle in an event, maybe a date night, maybe a girls' night out, something with the family, what have you. Okay, that may happen 2-3 times a month if you're lucky. Like, and when I say lucky, like I want it to be less because I like to be home. I like to be home. If you're lucky, it's less than that because trust me, I like to be home. I don't like every single weekend tied up with foolery or other people's foolery. I can do my own mess at home. Lately, I would say in the last 10 years, most of my play clothes also doubles as work clothes and vice versa. Of course, there's those occasions where you have to have something that you just can't wear to work, right? Like, like you going out for the night, you want to show some legs and you want to show a little line here, you know, or you're going to a wedding. A stylist never walks into a store without a plan. We know exactly what we need. So we built this capsule and we have 10 items and we're missing 2. We need the perfect dress for a holiday season. I don't know. Or we need the perfect dress for vacation. That's it. That's the only thing we're looking at. We're not spending time going through every single rack. We're not doing that. That is not how you thrift. That's not even how you should shop regularly. Okay, so here is a perfect example of a strategy thrift purchase. So I did a video, it was a short, where I basically kind of came for Dior for their book cover collection because the book cover collections are beautiful. I love them. I love them. I love all the titles. I love all the looks. But I was a little bit taken aback when I first saw it because I was like, wait a minute, there's no authors of color. So, you know me, I'm nosy. I always got something to say. Always not minding my business. Plus, it's very decollection coded that I was like, well, fine. We're going to make our own tote bag book cover collection. So I found this color purple tote bag and I was like, now I need an outfit to go with it. It took me about a month to really put the video together because it took me a month to really strategize and find the right purple outfit. I knew I wanted a purple outfit. I knew it had to be purple because I mean it's the color purple. Of course I shopped my closet first, okay? Shopped my closet first, and then I didn't really have anything purple because I really don't have a lot of things that are purple. Plus I really wanted it to be like, it had to match the level of luxury of this video because we're talking about luxury bags, right? So I was like, this has to be, these outfits have to be like, they have to be simple and they have to be everyday, but they have to really be elevated. Okay, so anyway, I shopped my closet, didn't like anything in there, and I couldn't really rethink the thought because then I was like, maybe not purple, maybe I could do something else, pink, but purple. No, it had to be purple. So I had some stuff in the Poshmark cart, and I kept looking at stuff, but I didn't want to pull the trigger because I wasn't really quite sold on anything. Plus, it wasn't going to be just for this video. Like, I had to wear it. It had to be something that I was going to want to wear too. And then again, best quality, best price. So I was looking, negotiating with people, didn't work out, looked at some stuff on ThredUp, went to thrift store, didn't really find anything until I found this 100% wool COS suit, two-piece suit, okay, blazer and pant combination. Now, I paid for the blazer and the pants, trousers, excuse me. Okay, excuse me. Did I say it was 100% wool? Did I say it is COS? I paid $15. I'm like, wait a minute. Is this a setup? Is this gonna come with like a grenade in it or something? Is this a setup? Because like, why? They said it had some kind of like it was something that was wrong. I saw it in the pictures, but I literally can't find it. I can't find it. I can't find it. It was like something was wrong, like some kind of thread pull, like a snag or something. I can't find it. I think they were just being generous. It was a charitable gesture, and I gladly accept it. I didn't even try to argue with people. I didn't even try to say, well, you know, they asked me for 15. Let me see if they'll take 10. No, sold at 15. Okay, this suit originally priced would be anywhere between $400 to $500 because they're sold separately. Okay, so I'm getting a practically $500 suit for $15. Okay, and this is COS. So if you don't know anything about COS, that's another video for another time. But COS is very premium quality. Okay, they are trying to do what the Row is doing, but for a fraction of the cost. Okay, so talk about strategy. Okay, talk about strategy and win. So every piece has a purpose. Where am I going? How am I going to wear this? Do I need other things to wear it with? Do I already own those other pieces? Because if I don't, then that's a bigger problem. And can I wear this multiple times? And can I style it in at least 3 different ways, right? So if it doesn't complete an outfit, then it stays in the store. No plan, no buy. Very simple. Okay, rule number 2. Okay, so this is our stylist principle number 2. Signature. So anytime we're thrifting, we are looking for a signature statement piece. Okay, yeah, sometimes we are looking for elevated basics. You'll come across a really good cotton sweater, you'll come across a really good cotton cardigan, what have you, and you look at the label and you're like, oh my goodness, this is a really good brand. Typically it costs like, you know, almost $200. If I went to Nordstrom, I'm getting it because I know that I can wear this in multiple different ways. I can layer it. I can throw it over my shoulders. I can do all the things. So yes, I'm going to get this. It may not be the biggest statement, but I know how to add my signature to it, right? But then you have those pieces that just wow you, right? They may have some fringe on it. It may have some feathers. It may be the color. It may be the texture, whatever it is. And you just have to have it. That makes sense. That is what a stylist does. It's like, why am I in here? If I'm not in here to be wild, if I'm not in here to be impressed, then there's no point. Yes, fine. It is cheap. I'm not paying a lot, but it adds up. Cheap clothes actually cost more in the long run because you have so much clutter and then you don't even want to wear it. You're just wasting more and more money. So if it does not make some kind of a statement, okay, and it's not a signature piece, which goes back to the last video where we talked about statement bags and signature bags rather. If it's not leather and it's not the best quality, why am I buying it? Why am I buying it? No. So my signature piece that has to make a bold statement, I couldn't decide between a bag, a recent bag purchase, and this old thrifted dress that I found. This dress is over 10 years. Okay, but let me talk about the bag. So I found this fuchsia, magenta, whoever you want to call her, okay, suede bag at Goodwill for $4.99. $4.99. And I can still smell the suede stank on her. And she doesn't really need a lot of care. I added this scarf that I got from Goodwill as well. The scarf was $1.99. I added that because, you know, we're talking about having our signature bag for the summer, right? So I figured this would be a nice detail. So I added that, but you could take it off and it'll be just as cute. And it doesn't have a lot of wear. It's not too dirty. You know, I could do the whole suede treatment, do all of that stuff, or not. She's cute. Okay, so this is another signature piece. I went in looking for high quality bags only. That's it. Genuine leather, premium quality only. and it also had to make a statement. Okay, so I'm going to show you the prairie dress that I thrifted years ago. And this piece is homemade. I could tell that it was handmade from somebody at their home. And I love it. It has a drop waist. I actually had my mom alter it and make it slightly shorter because it was more like mid-length, like right at the knees. And again, because of my height and I have long legs, it just wasn't flattering. So I had my mom alter it for me again, like 10-15 years ago. Maybe it was my dad. I think it was my dad. Anyway, and I just loved it, and I styled it with this cowhide bag that I got from a yard sale. So child, let's talk about that, girl. That's another video for another time. But anyway, I love this dress. This is the ultimate like statement. Who do you know that has a prairie dress like this? And I could tell it's 100% cotton. Don't ask me because I know, okay? I wore it for my birthday like 10 years ago, and it was so cute. I just thought it was the cutest thing. Okay, you can't tell me I'm not fly. You just cannot tell me I'm not fly with this dress on and how I styled it. So this is why I thrift, for these moments, for these types of pieces that you can't get anywhere else. Like, you just can't. You're never going to be able to duplicate that. So stylists don't just build outfits around basics alone. Stylists build outfits around a moment. So we've already established where we're going, what we need the piece for. It could be as simple as going to work, right? You want to create a moment for yourself. I know for me, that inspires me, especially on those days where it's hard to get up. You know, I'm just like, oh, but then I'm like, oh, I get to wear this. I get to wear this blazer, you know, I get to wear these trousers that I love, and it's a really cool color, and it's a nice pop of color, and it's going to make me feel like sunshine all day, right? Whatever the event is, whatever the purpose is, you still want to have your signature. You still want to feel good about what you're wearing, not for anybody else, but most importantly for yourself. You know what? This is truly the most fun part of thrifting, okay? Yes, I like looking for high quality fabrics. That's fun too. And I'm so proud of myself because I'm just getting so much better. I could just spot it. Like, I'll just be passing by, like, mind my business. Okay, I'm not even looking for anything else. And I'll see this, like, hey, I'm cotton, 100% cotton, girl. Like, hey, girl, I'm silk. How are you? And I'm like, oh, hi, silk. You look cute. Nice. Let's talk for a moment. And sometimes, you know, you look at some things, you're like, oh, this looks really interesting. What is this? And it'll be like this random mix of fabric blends that I hadn't even thought of or never even heard of. So I love that. I really get a rush from that as well. Of course, the moments where you find like some really good quality brand names, also that's a good rush. Or you start Googling, like, this look like something. This look like something. I ain't never heard of this person, but it look like something. It look like it's built for somebody that's somebody, okay? That means it's built for me too. And so I look it up and they're like, oh yeah, we carry this from Neiman. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, now I got it for $5. What? So that's fun. But I also love the thrill of trying to find the most obscure, like, who made this? And a lot of times those pieces are homemade, handmade pieces. And because both of my parents were tailors and seamstress and they knew about sewing and all the things, I can tell a handmade garment anytime I see. Well, it's not hard because obviously there's no labels on it. But most importantly, the handwork is so impeccable. It's so great. And while you might have, the inside might be a little bit frayed because they may not, you know, take the extra step to, you know, do the machinery, but just the handwork and the craftsmanship is so great. And then it's like also a very obscure piece that, like, you can't buy this in the store. You can't buy this in the store. So I love to find those pieces. Even when you find a signature piece at the thrift store, you still want to think about all the different ways that you're going to wear it. And you still have to be very intentional about, like, yes, I'm actually going to wear this. I'm actually going to wear it. Okay, so the third rule or principle. Are we calling these rules or principles? I don't know, because I don't want to be bossy, because, you know, we're all just trying to figure this out together. But some of y'all need to be told what to do, because y'all don't listen. And y'all still not going to listen. But whatever. Let's go. Okay, so the third principle for thrifting like a stylist is having high standards. We're going to set a standard for what we look for. Because again, decollection is not about buying cheap clothes. It's about buying value. So anytime we buy anything, whether we're shopping regular price, well, we don't usually shop regular price either. We always shop for sale, but sometimes we do. Sometimes we do. Sometimes we do. Whether we're shopping a sale, whether we are shopping regular price, whether we're shopping high end, whether we're trying to find a discount at a thrift store, we are looking for the best quality fabrics our money can buy. That's a non-negotiable. So we are governed by standard over style. Okay. And I'm telling you, if we follow that basic tenement, and we could apply that to many facets of our lives, including the company we keep, we'll be doing a lot better, okay? So, or at least we'll have a lot better things and people around us. So let's talk about how we source the best quality fabric pieces, quality construction garments at a thrift store. Because ultimately, quality fabric is going to determine the ultimate style. One, how it fits you, where it hugs, where it falls, how it flows. Most importantly, how comfortable you are in it. So you don't want to skimp on that, and don't think that you can overshadow any of that with style, because you can't, and you won't, and you don't. I'm telling you, we can tell. So you see a piece that intrigues you. First thing you want to do, obviously, is look for the tag. Look at the labels. Some of the labels you can tell offhand. And again, not just the brand name. Of course, you know, you're going to see some Ralph Lauren, some Banana Republic, some J. Crew. That's a good indication that you're going to get some decent quality. But still check the tag. And again, it depends on the type of garment and what you're going to use it for. Obviously, we're looking for 100% cotton. We're looking for linen, especially now for spring and summer. We're always looking for really good wool pieces when we're in the fall and the winter. And we're looking for even some of our quality blends like Tencel, a polyamide, which is a type of nylon, depending on what, you know, if it's an athletic garment. Tencel is going to be really good in place of like cotton, because it gives you that feel of cotton, but it's very breathable, but it's also very durable. Try to avoid acrylic, because acrylic is so uncomfortable. I'm not saying we don't buy polyester, because we probably wouldn't be buying a lot of clothes if that was the case. I'm just saying that we're not just buying polyester because it's trendy, whether we're at a thrift store or anywhere for that matter. Going to a thrift store is a really good exercise in learning about quality fabrics, because there's just so much of it. And now I'm like really geeked out on this, because I love to find all different types of like rare or unique, rarely used quality blends of fabric, even fabrics that I've never even heard of. Okay, for example, I found this sweater, and as soon as I saw it, I could tell it was some sort of an organic, right? Something about it. It kind of has this like a luster on it, where I knew it wasn't cotton, but it wasn't quite polyester either. So either way, I was like, well, I won't be surprised either way, but there's something different about this, right? And then of course, it's my signature sort of jazz for the holidays. So I can't wait to style this for the upcoming holiday season. We got some time, child. But anyway, when I looked at the fabric makeup, it is 55% Rami and 45% cotton. I don't know if I own anything with Rami. Rami is actually a very old, almost like ancient textile that people don't even really know about because it's rarely used. But it does come from the Rami plant. I think it's Egyptian or something. Don't quote me on that, okay? If I'm wrong, I'll put it up here. But I was so intrigued by that, so I just had to buy it, okay? And of course, I got it from Goodwill, so it was about $6.24. But like now having that piece, I feel like I have a collector's item, because how many people can say that they have a Rami sweater, okay? And it is 55% Rami and 45% cotton, so just premium, good organic blend. Not even like a synthetic blend, like an organic blend. And I'm just in love with this sweater. I haven't even worn it yet, but I'm just in love with everything that it represents. I found, not even looking, wasn't looking for that, but I found this Liz Claiborne, okay, 100% silk blazer. So this is the standard. And let me tell you something. You want to talk about, oh, did I tell you this was $4.99? Okay, and this blazer was $4.99. If you want to talk about those legacy high quality brands, Liz Claiborne is that girl. Okay, Liz Claiborne was doing it from the 1960s, I believe, all the way through to the 90s. Workwear, resort wear, athleisure wear, just looking good, all kinds of wear. Okay, and so when you stumble upon a Liz Claiborne garment, shirt, blazer, pants, trousers, anything at a thrift store, you know you are stepping into some good quality fabrics because the standards were just there. It just was. So again, 100% silk for $4.99. I'm never going to be able to beat that. Like you can't. I mean, the only other place I'm going to be able to beat that is at the same place. Okay, if they just so happen to get it again, and if this was on Poshmark, you know what they'd be trying to do, right? This denim shirt is 100% cotton. I can't remember. It's like a special kind of collection too. You know how they all have like levels? I'll put it up here because I can't remember the name of that actual collection. But it is Liz Claiborne. So I'm telling you right now, if you stumble upon a Liz Claiborne item, now again, I'm not telling you to just buy it because it's Liz Claiborne, and I'm never going to tell you to buy something just because it's 100% cotton or linen or 100% silk. No, does it meet the criteria for everything else, right? Has it risen to those standards of, yes, this is a good statement piece. Clearly, this is a cute statement piece. Okay, I've already gotten multiple compliments on it, and I haven't even left the house yet. Just FaceTime with my family. They're like, oh, I like that. Yeah, girl, I like it too. It's comfortable. It's durable. Obviously, it makes a statement. Strategy. I'm looking for 100% cotton denim shirt. Bingo, I found it. And it also has some flair. It has some style to it, all the things. So I'm not telling you to buy something just because it's a brand, it's a designer brand, or because it's high quality fabric. I'm saying that it has to meet the threshold of all three. Okay, you're going in with the strategy. You already know what you need. You're very focused. You don't, when you go into a thrift store, you don't even look at all the things. You don't even look through all the racks. No, you save that for other times when you need other things. Now let's talk about the difference between vintage and old. You could be on a mission to find some really good rare vintage pieces. You're looking for some of the legacy brands. Maybe you're looking for some vintage Ralph Lauren, whatever you're looking for. Everything in a thrift store is not vintage because it's old, okay? A lot of it is probably cheap. Some of it is not the best quality. And again, going in there, looking with a stylist eye, knowing how to research, looking at not just the labels, but looking at the construction, not taking the garment apart, but turn the garment inside out and look at how it was constructed. Look at the attention to detail. Look at the handwork that went into some beading. So here's how to tell the difference, because true vintage pieces are usually made with heavier fabric because they were making pieces to last. The trend cycle was a year. So you know how we have fashion week, we have spring and fall. So when that came out, then the buyers and the manufacturers say, okay, these are the styles or these are the things that are going to be in for the following year. We're going to make this and that's all we're making. So it has to last people for a year. People did not constantly replace their clothes every month or every new cycle. You bought jeans to last. You bought a suit to last. You bought a coat to last. And we're talking about last you for like years. When you find a true piece of vintage clothing, it is made with durable fabric, even, dare I say, if it's made with polyester. Let me show you an example. So remember how we talked about proud pieces? This is one of my proud pieces. Okay, so I thrifted this and I'm pretty sure it was at Goodwill, and this was over 10 years ago. And the labeling of this is Act 3. We don't know who that is. That is a old brand, probably went out of business in the 90s. But what really is fascinating about this vest is that it is made of 55% Dacron polyester, and Dacron actually is trademarked. So it's a trademark quality brand of polyester. Dacron started manufacturing this very high grade durable polyester in the 60s and all the way through probably the early 90s. And really, they combine that with other fabrics. So this vest is 55% Dacron polyester and 45% wool. So oftentimes, women's business or suit wear, workwear were made with these durable quality polyester blends, added the wool because, again, you know, they reserved 100% wool for men. But we needed to go back into the workforce and we needed to look like we were something professional too. But we just didn't need, you know, the high quality like the men did. So they added this high quality polyester, and it had this stamp of high grade polyester by Dacron. And you can look at this, and when I tell you I've had this, like I said, for over 10 years, I don't even have to run the lint roller over it or anything. The quality is just impeccable compared to some of the things that I'm seeing in other stores. I even saw a similar vest, exactly, looks exactly like it, at Anthropologie a few months ago, and I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, not about to sell me this vest for $100 when I know that it doesn't even match in comparison to the quality of this vest. So this is definitely one of my proud pieces, but you can look at this and not only the fit of it, but just the quality of it. So look for pieces like that. And if you can find something that has that Dacron trademark, then you know you got some real vintage, okay? Anything that's made by like the Union, that has any of those Union labels, made in the USA, pure high quality vintage pieces. I'm really on this like rush now to find even the most obscure designers and brands that I've never heard of, because I'll look at this and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is a really good piece of fabric. I could tell this is like, you know, a great silk. Who made this? Fernando Sanchez. Who's that? Okay, I look him up. He designed stuff for Madonna's video. Great. Look at this bag. This is a really good leather bag. Who made this? Paloma Picasso. Who's that? The daughter of Pablo Picasso. She designed jewelry and she designed bags. Like, I'm so excited about having pieces like that, because not only am I getting good quality, high quality, organic fabrics, leather, all of those things, but there's a story behind it. And that just, like, I get goosebumps. Even that vest, because I'm thinking like, who wore that vest? Who was she? Okay, it probably dates back to the like 1985, you know, newly maybe single mom, having to go out working 9 to 5, you know, being a professional secretary, what have you. Like, all of those things just intrigue me, and I'm so excited. I love just the stories behind these vintage pieces. So that's my strategy. That's why I thrift. And we still look fly. So that's our plan. We are now officially stamped stylists. We have strategy. We're looking for statement signature pieces. And we have a standard. We're not settling, okay? So we don't just go into a thrift store, or any store for that matter, with vibes, okay? Just what I'm looking for, how I feel, something moved me. No, maybe when you're on vacation, okay? Maybe when you're on vacation. But even still, because I'm always in the market for something, right? Because we always have a capsule. We're trying to find pieces to finish the capsule off. So we don't just go in unintentionally, right? We got a budget. First and foremost, we got the budget. Can't forget about that. We got a strict program over here. We got the budget, okay? We got the plan, strategy, statement pieces, standards, period. We're not settling. So if you want to thrift better, start with fabric and not necessarily style. Now again, you are going in with a strategy because you are looking for a particular piece for a particular moment. So all of these things have to work together. And very importantly, just stop overbuying. You really should not leave the thrift store with more than 3 pieces, maybe 4, okay? Because sometimes you get a good bag, and then sometimes you're minding your business and you find a shoe, but you went in there to look for like 2 pieces for your capsule. That's fine. So that's 4. That's it. Some of these people, you know, unveiling these like big thrifted hauls, and they got these big garbage bags. Like, what? It's just trash. It's garbage. Again, are you a reseller? Are you a professional reseller? No, you should not be going in a thrift store and coming out with bags and bags of clothes. There's always exceptions. Maybe you're doing some Christmas shopping. Maybe you're doing shopping for the family. I get it. But I'm just saying, it's just you, girl, right now. I'm just talking to you, talking about you. You don't need to be going to the thrift store every week, coming out with bags and bags of stuff. Whether it's for the house, whether it's for anything. It's just too much. We declutter every month too, okay? So you're gonna end up having to get rid of that anyway next month. So just stop. Thrifting is not about buying more clothes. It's about making better decisions, and getting better quality things. Now, that is the actual tea. Now, if we can apply that to the men, child, don't even talk about the men. So let us know in the comment, what's the best thing you've thrifted? What is that moment where you're like, oh my goodness, I can't wait for somebody to ask me about this, because I'm going to tell them how much I paid for it, that it's 100% cotton, that it's 100% silk, that it's 100% wool, that it is this brand, that brand, all the brands. I can't wait to tell them about it. So tell us about it in the comments. So hopefully you've learned something in this video. You could take away something, because I know I did. As I was thinking about it and as I went out to the stores, I was like, oh yeah, girl, that is true. We need to tell the girls. So next month, when we start planning our summer capsule, I'm so excited because I'm thinking about some of the Gap pieces that I don't have, and I'm so excited. I can't wait to go thrifting. Okay, I have to contain myself. So that's all for today. Thank you for sticking to the end of this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.